Hi everyone. Welcome to week 4. It's the start of marking period 4. And this week we are going to watch a movie. And in our study of Sherlock Holmes, I thought it would be fun as we get started on some new things in marking period 4 to kind of lighten the load a little bit. I know that the expectations with world language and special areas have kind of ramped up a little bit. So to dial it back a little in AGP and do something a little more fun. So I have a link for you to a film version of The Red-Headed League, which is one of my favorite stories about Sherlock Holmes. It's somewhat sinister, and there's a conspiracy. And I think you'll really enjoy it. It features red-haired people, and so, of course, gingers are always a topic that I think students are kind of surprised by, like why are they all redheaded? But it's a fun feature of this story. It's a unique story, and I think you'll enjoy it. I also plan to have us discuss this story next week. So if you are not able maybe to shuffle this video into your schedule this week, feel free to jump in with us next week. The expectation, though, is that you would watch the film and then be able to participate in our discussion in the future. It's about 45 minutes to 50 minutes long, and it stars Jeremy Brett, who is a really famous British actor. He is, I think, the person who portrayed Sherlock Holmes. Maybe not the most famous person, but he certainly did what people feel like is the most true representation based on the books. So it's very much that kind of atmosphere of the Victorian era. And he does just a really good job of playing the character the way he's written in the stories. Now, lots of other famous people like Robert Downey Jr. and other people like Basil Rathbone years and years ago in black and white played Sherlock Holmes and did it really well. But sometimes they kind of put their own spin on that character and it wasn't true to the stories. And I think this one is the one that's the most closely dramatized to the text, the way the text was originally written. Obviously, Benedict Cumberbatch does his own versions too in a much more modern way. But this is a more traditional story. So it'll be cool if you are familiar with Sherlock and that series on BBC to kind of compare and contrast the way the actors portray the character and what they choose to highlight, and also how the time period influences the way they develop. So I'm going to share that link with you in the folder. Please view it. It is linked on YouTube. If there's some problem with viewing it, because I know my permissions in YouTube are different than yours, please reach out to me so that I can correct that. But hopefully you'll be able to jump in and check this out and then join us in the discussion next week. Have a great week, guys.